Sunday Fun Day is here. Whether you are enjoying spring break, just up for the weekend, or a local ready to tackle some spring skiing, it's going to be a beautiful day on the mountain. It's Sunday, March 20th, and Vail Valley Live starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz, and as Sarah has shared with you as she's standing in Beaver Creek, it is Sunday Fun Day, but it's also the first day of spring, the 20th of March. We finally hit that mile marker in our season, and plenty to enjoy about the day, and we're going to get you prepared for that. As you notice, Sarah, she's broadcasting live from Beaver Creek this morning. She'll also be sharing with you, or Trisha Swenson will be sharing with you what to wear on the hill. And that's a special feature we'll be sharing with you this morning, as well as a great place to operate for beer lovers. That's one of our many topics. Upcoming illusionists at the Valar. Seems like Beaver Creek is going to be a very busy place. Give you a look at what made headlines and so much more. But first, let's give you a look at the weather and where Sarah is in Beaver Creek right now, noticing a little bit of flat light, gray skies overhead. And what does that mean for us in store as we've enjoyed some really good sunny days on the mountain and enjoying some of the spring-like weather recently. And here's what they're calling for your Sunday Fun Day, the first day of spring for the start of your morning. The 20s we're finding our way in right now, and feels the teens. And as we make our way into the high temperatures today, the mid to upper 40s is what they're calling for right there. Overnight low temperatures, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, picking up the mid to low 20s right there tonight. In feels, we're looking for the teens, and for tomorrow, keeping those clouds around, and for how long as we're enjoying the first, second, third day of spring. Clouds for our Monday as well as our Tuesday. Temperatures a bit cooler than our Sunday Fun Day, the mid to upper 40s as we've described. The 30s and dipping just a little bit on our Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, an increase with the depletion of clouds and returning to sunshine by the time Thursday gets here. But, doing a snow dance for those precipitation chances, we're looking for that into our Monday, Tuesday. We also have Brazzo on Vail Valley Live this morning. He's over in Vail. Let's check in with Brazzo, see how things are shaping up. Good morning, Brazzo. And you have a brand new show, Brazzo, on Tuesdays. And how are you doing this morning?
Good, man. Very good. Just walking around Vail. It's a slow start here. The Zamboni is going at Solaris behind me. Let me just show you a little bit what's going on. It's a slow start, man. Everybody's still enjoying Thais and some patties, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's been this is the time of a year, March, big birthdays, plenty of them, even for myself. I had a huge birthday celebration that kicked off on Wednesday, and it seems like it just continues on into St. Paddy's Day, and then it rolls into a friend's birthday. A lot of Pisces, a lot of March birthdays tend to stick together. But I'm seeing a stage where you are over at Vail. It seems like there's some other celebrations going on. What are you noticing there?
Yeah, man. Today we have a Vail Opera, and we have live music today in the International Bridge. That's where we at.
Oh, wow.
You look at this.
Colorful.
Still beautiful stuff. So March the 20th, we have operas at the bridge from 3 to 6 p.m. We have the music, we have the jumbo screen, and they're going to be showing the gravity research video too, which they normally do some crazy, awesome skiing right here at the International Bridge. All in honor of Ty Diaz's birthday week.
One would think and would claim that that's the reason that we're all celebrating. But this one, Vail Opera, it's a collective that seems like the festivities kicked off yesterday, continues today, and we'll be sharing with you the details of that lineup. We thank you very much, Brazzo. We'll be getting some details from Brazzo about his new show that kicked off. I think he's now 2 or 3 installments on a Tuesday, 2 installments. More coming up. We're going to check in with Sarah right now over in Beaver Creek. Good morning, Sarah. Sunday Fun Day, and how are things looking over there? I like your colorful look this morning for spring.
Thank you, Ty. That's right. Got to have the bright colors for spring. It's a slow start here as well. We saw some lifties heading up to get ready at their stations, patrollers, and a couple of the Avi dogs playing here at the base of Chair 6. But shaping up to be a nice day. Like you said, some clouds. Hopefully that snowstorm will bring us some extra coverage over the next 2 days. But it feels warm. We've done a couple shows where it was -15, -5. So Barry and I were chatting before the show started. This feels great. I just have on a light jacket, of course, my Melly base layer, but nice and warm. And that sun, once it comes over the ridge behind us, it's going to feel so great on the mountain today.
The vibe, it's spring break, and we get this every year, especially living this winter lifestyle in this little never land that we live in. And sometimes we also notice a little bit of the race towards the finish line somewhat for our season. But Vail Mountain extended for the season all the way to May 1st. So some of us, we really have to hang on just a little bit longer and enjoy spring on the mountains a little bit longer. And hopefully these, like you're saying, the snow temperatures and the snow conditions will hold. What are your thoughts and feelings about that? People are talking.
Definitely. I was over in Vail. I was actually in both villages yesterday. I've got family visiting, so picked my cousin up at the transportation center and was getting there about 3:45, 4 o'clock, just as everyone's getting off the hill. Opry was in full swing. It was rocking over in Vail Village. And then I came over to Beaver Creek, and there was a DJ playing, of course, the Saturday Fun Fest Carnival for the kids. So lots of spring breakers in town. I know some people are leaving today, another group arriving. I think a lot of California folks are here this week, but the vibe, I mean, the soak is high. Everyone's excited for the warm weather. I was up on the hill Thursday to enjoy the 8 inches of fresh powder, and Rose Bowl was still skiing really nicely. So
Wow.
A little soft at the base, obviously, with the warm spring temperatures, but conditions are still prime up top.
For a Sunday Fun Day morning, these are some of the topics that people are talking about. But when we come back to Vail Valley Live, we'll see what made headlines.
It's 5 a.m. and
I feel like I can do anything.
We've got apples and cabbage,
7,000 dahlias,
vegetables, and
brisket for dinner.
This is my happy place.
We've been coming here since 1868.
My grandmother used to say,
"Don't call me, don't bother me, I'm going out to mow."
There's a lot of cushy desk jobs out there, but
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Do you want locally grown mushrooms, microgreens, organic herbs, fruits, vegetables, honey, recipes, and more? Sign up for Knott Ranch's CSA boxes now. Feel good about supporting local farmers while nourishing your family. Go to knottgardencenter.com and click CSA to sign up today.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz, and we're going to share with you what made headlines for your Sunday, the 20th of March. That's where we are. Pretty wild stuff, but hey, it was bound to happen. And right, just like the song title, Saturday Night Special. And as we see here from this beautiful and colorful photo right here, the Vail Yetis scored the final goal Saturday night, the Dobson Ice Arena at Vail against the visiting top shelf Chicago. Saturday's game was the season finale for the local semi-pro hockey team. And other topics that made today's headlines: life-threatening errors, state officials hid findings, detailing a pattern of apparent prescribing at Mindspring, the troubled Western Slope Mental Health Center, for over 9 months. That topic is found on page A4. And our third topic, local and regional: little fish with a big impact. This photo is a June 17th, 2018 photo provided by the Colorado Parks and Wildlife showing the Colorado River cutthroat trout that official identified as a unique type of genetic lineage that was brought to extinct that was thought to be extinct. The fish are found in southwestern Colorado. In our fourth topic, sports and outdoors, Schifrin skis 8th place in World Cup. Androva Slakar of Slovenia nabs surprise win as Vlona takes 3rd place. And as you see in this photo, Michaela Schifrin arrives at the finish area at the World Cup Finals slalom in France on Saturday. You can find out details about this and, of course, some other successes found in the Schifrin 21-22 season successes column just to the right of that lower photo. In our fifth topic, arts and entertainment, Masters of Illusion live tour comes to Beaver Creek. 3 of the world's top magicians will perform at a variety of magic acts with 2 showtimes today. In this photo, you'll see here illusionist Michael Turco, Jonathan Pendragon, and Danny Sperry will perform with the live tour this Sunday. That is today. This topic can be found on B1. And if you would care to catch shows at the Valar this evening and to find out more about their upcoming events, visit valarpac.org. Those are some of the topics that made today's headlines. Also want to say special thanks to Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea for fueling our mornings. You can find any of their 2 locations, one in Beaver Creek early this morning to start your day, and I believe they're open right now. Their other location is located in Minturn, right off of Highway 6 and 24. Rachel, what are we doing this morning? Take a look at traffic right now. And starting to see some movement for your Sunday morning as usual. Could be considered a typical percent of activity at this point. But eastbound, westbound, we're seeing more blacktop, warmer temperatures for that drive as we're describing you the weather for the start of the morning as for the day. But still, as the day continues on and the weather improves, and warms up, we might see some of that shoulder median snow turning into wetness on that roadway in your drive in areas of a commute. So make sure that you top off your reservoir with solution so that you could kind of spray your windshield as needed throughout your commute along I-70. I can see how that's going to be possible for you. We're going to head over to Vail, where Brazzo is right now. And Brazzo, Vail Valley Latino, how's that show going on a Tuesday? I caught the first one, but I've been quite busy. How are things going?
It's going great, man. Lots of fun. It was needed for a long time. I think it was an untapped niche. 33% of our community identified as a Latino or Hispanic, and 50% or over 50% of the students at the school district identify as Latinos as well. So it's a kind of a demand to showcase a community, to elevate the profile, to communicate some successes, and have that platform to integrate the community as well. So celebrating the diversity, celebrating culture, all those little factors that make the Vail Valley Latino show kind of a hit, man. It was fun. We started 2 Tuesdays ago. Rachel and I were just having a good time, and we got almost 2,000 views, man, in our first show. So it was only on Facebook, only on that platform. So it was very nice. It was very nice. It was well received from what I heard.
And the Vail Valley, like our area, we love watching local programs, local television, like this show, like your show, and like you're saying, the demand has been there for the longest time to have that, and it's a great access point when people visit this town too, and they want to know what's going on, especially identifying the community as such existing, that there's an outlet that something like this can be found. So congratulations on Vail Valley Latino. Invite more of us to watch right now. Send that invite out to everyone so we know when to catch you.
Absolutely. So every Tuesdays, we start at 6 p.m. It's a 30-minute show. You can watch us on YouTube. You can go to Vail Valley Live. We stay on brand with VVL. So it's Vail Valley Live, but then you can look for us right there. You will see probably my face, right? That will be the first indicator that you're in the right spot. And then you can also go to Facebook and you can watch a live to Vail Valley Latino. We are Vail Valley Latino. We have our own page on Facebook. You can also catch us like the Vail Valley Live Show on Comcast Outside Channel 17. And that's the way, man.
watching it on the evening time, you know. And so we'll be checking in with Brazzo a little bit more to find out more about that and also to discover what Vail Valley Latino, the program itself, some of the topics that it touches on, and also sharing some of the faces of that program as well. But what we're going to do is share the face of Sarah over in Beaver Creek to see how things are shaping up. Sarah, so where Brazzo is over at Vail, a little bit of movement next to the chairlift. And you and I tend to gravitate to the plaza because that's where, I mean, all the hotels are around you to kind of get to the lifts. How are things looking traffic-wise over there?
That's right, Ty. You can see some folks showing up for work, maybe people going to grab a latte at Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea before they jump on the gondola. So things are starting to come to life here in the village. We've got the frost flowers right behind me. And obviously the village core is really the center of all the activities. So as I mentioned, every Saturday, yesterday, it was absolutely busy with DJ Courtney spinning for the kids and Fun Fest Carnival. And then today, a really fun activity, Alpine Art Center, a great local organization, will be here doing complimentary tie-dye from 4 to 5:30. So it's while supplies last. Make sure the kids get here early, but it's going to be just behind me on the lower level of the plaza, tie-dyeing a fun takeaway after the ski vacation.
Speaking of the ski vacation, if you're looking for your lineup of things to do in Beaver Creek, as you can see here, extraordinaire. Seems like events continue in Beaver Creek past today, the first day of spring. There it is, tie-dye with the Alpine Art Center between 4 and 5:30. Thursday, Illuminate Night with the with extra giveaways and Thursday Night Lights. And Sarah, this is the last fireworks display of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, March 24th. So this Thursday, make sure you come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been pushed back. Obviously, the days are longer, the sunlight's later. So register at Ski School just at the base of the Haymeadow Gondola. That's at 7 o'clock Thursday. Make sure you've got your helmet and then upload on the Haymeadow Gondola at 7:30. It's such a fun tradition, whether you're skiing with the whole family or watching from the Park Hyatt deck. It's so fun to watch the glowworm come down the mountain. And as soon as the last skiers are down at the base, a great fireworks display.
It's a fun display out there. And as you can see from Vail and Beaver Creek, the way Brazzo and Sarah are dressed for the day, a bit warmer. We'll be sharing with you from Trisha Swenson how to get set for the day. We'll be back.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. And of course, they love the savings they're going to get with Geico, but it goes beyond that.
You deserve to save.
Heard that before.
You deserve to save.
I know.
I need you to hear me. You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance and save at geico.com.
Maui Jim sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here giving you another look at the weather for today. The first day of spring, or as Sarah would describe it, Sunday Fun Day. They both seem to work hand in hand with each other, and it's happening today by those same reputations right now. And here's what we're seeing for the start of the morning. The mid to upper 20s in areas of the valley, but in fields, the lower 20s. Chances of precipitation for the start of our day, 0 right there. Wind speed at gusts at times, reaching upwards of 12 miles per hour, certainly welcomed. Today's high temperatures picking up to mid to upper 40s, in fields the mid to upper 30s. Low temperatures tonight in fields of the teens, the low 20s. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the day and the night. We're going to see some of that sunshine around, but we're certainly going to be enjoying the day of spring type weather, even with those clouds overhead in areas where it can be found. It's going to be a wonderful day out there. Just pay attention to how you're going to be dressing for the day. And as we look at the next few days, keep those clouds around, a little bit of a dance with sun and clouds this week between Sunday, then Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, it looks like foggy in the morning. Temperatures in the lower 30s right there. Better chances for precipitation and snow, as we can see. Potential chances by the time Tuesday gets there in the afternoon. And here's what we're looking at in comparison for both Vail and Beaver Creek. Chances upwards of 8 inches possible as we look at the 5-day forecast for both mountains, and the 10-day forecast potential is upwards of 6 inches of snow as we look at it for by the time next Sunday gets here. These are all fantastic numbers, and we look forward to receiving more snow. This season has been fantastic while we're out there. But again, mostly cloudy skies for the day, but warmer. It's going to be a great one. So not your heavy, puffy jacket while you're out there, but still consider sunscreen and the right eyewear. And when you're on the mountain, choosing terrain within your ability. Noticing at the bottom of the screen, it's sharing with you what's groomed on Vail Mountain. As you prepare yourself for your favorite runs while you're out there, choose your gear wisely and make a plan to meet with your friends, provided that you're taking on terrain that's outside of their ability to enjoy with you, but choose a meeting location where they can catch up with you after you tackle your favorite terrains. When you're at home, I'm sure you're wondering to yourself, man, 30% less oxygen up here. It's a challenge to breathe here, but to live here and breathe here at home, how is that possible? Well, Tricia Swenson has the topic for you. It's called Altitude Control Technology.
A good night's sleep is important, but it's a little more difficult up at altitude in our beautiful Rocky Mountain towns. Here to tell us more about it, we have Gary Hansen, and he's with Altitude Control Technologies. You guys are actually based out of Edwards, Colorado, but we're at a beautiful home in Breckenridge learning about this technology. So let us know how we can get a better night's sleep with Altitude Control Technology.
Sure. First, I'll tell you what we do is called altitude simulation, which basically is adding oxygen to bedrooms to bring the altitude down so that you don't suffer from altitude sickness symptoms. We've been in business for over 20 years. We do work with Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, the United States Air Force Academy, the Navy,
Olympic centers around the world.
All around the world, professional athletic teams, and so we've been doing systems in the mountains for about 8 years or so, and we have hundreds of them.
Oh yeah, you know what? You think about Vail at what, 8,100 feet, Breckenridge 9,600. You know, some of these homes that are up on the mountains, up in Bachelor Gulch or Cordillera.
Sure.
You know, I can imagine this. The word is getting out about this, and people are wanting to have this technology in their home. How do we do it in the home? Like what goes on?
So what we do is we put our system somewhere other than the bedrooms. We only oxygenate bedrooms because that's when you need it the most, when you're sleeping. And we put our system somewhere other than the bedroom, like a garage or a crawl space, and then we pipe the oxygen to the bedrooms. We don't want you to hear or see anything in these bedrooms, and hopefully we'll show you that. And so the system takes air in from outside, splits up the oxygen and the nitrogen. We send the nitrogen back out of the house and the oxygen to the bedrooms. And we increase the oxygen levels by about 30% to simulate an altitude that's close to sea level.
Okay, and then we just have something like a little panel where we can watch what's going on.
We do. We have a controller, and we're really the only company that has a controller with dual sensors, and the sensors monitor the oxygen saturation, the barometric pressure, and the CO2 in the room constantly, because you don't want to get too much oxygen in a room or you violate the National Fire Protection Code. But you want to make sure you're getting enough to actually get a physiological benefit from it.
Okay. What's the response been?
It's been very good. We have references from all around the world. We actually have systems in South America, China, Europe, but most of the ski towns and high mountain towns in the West, we have systems in all of them, and we have people that tell us all the time, I'm only able to stay here because of your system.
Yeah, definitely. And getting that good night's sleep, feeling good, attacking the mountain, going skiing or hiking or biking the next day is very important. Okay, if we want to learn more, what's the best source? Do you guys have a website for us?
We do. It's www.act-o2.com.
Okay, if you want to learn more, give them a call.
A lot of smart technology can be found around the valley. We think about the same things that you are concerned with as far as your home. And that topic right there is a valuable one to consider the topic and get in contact with the altitude control technology people today. What we're going to do right now is check in with Sarah in Beaver Creek. Sarah, now for the start of your morning, do you have your cup of tea yet? Or coffee?
I've had 2 cups of coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, so I had the coffee brewing at 5 a.m. when I woke up. Had a couple cups at the house before I drove up Valley, and right after this, Barry and I are going to go grab a latte at Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea at the base, just one escalator level below Centennial. And we're right here in the covered bridge right now. People are starting to arrive for work, starting to arrive for their ski day, maybe getting fitted for those boots or grabbing some breakfast before the lift starts spinning.
It's been a strange few years, Sarah, for all of us, and with our resort, and especially in the wintertime, I definitely want to celebrate the employees that have made it to work every morning for what we're doing with the guests and the snow, and they've really pulled together this season. Great attitude and energy, but the party's not over just yet for our season. But I really definitely celebrate the staff. I had the opportunity yesterday to make my way towards Broken Arrow. Great spirit, great energy of staff, and they've really bonded, and that really sets the confidence with the guests in their experience. When you see the staff getting along and feeling all about the day, that it lets the guests feel like, you know what, we came to the right place. That should be our attitude adjustment too. Kudos to the staff.
Definitely. People are working so hard this season, and that's a great point. You know, this is one of the busiest weeks of the year outside of the Christmas and New Year visitation. So make sure you high-five your lifty. Make sure you thank the people pouring your beer, because it's been a busy season. We've still got, as you mentioned, Vail's not closing until May 1st. So we've got about a month left in here, Beaver Creek, 6 weeks left over at Vail Mountain. So in the home stretch, but not quite finished yet. So make sure you thank everyone that helps make your day just a great experience up here.
You were hanging out by one of my favorite views in Beaver Creek. That was Sarah hanging out by the fire pit where the bus stop is over at Vail. That installation, that whole new construction, not even 5 years old yet, just under 5 years new. But that's a hot spot, a warm spot, and just a really attractive eye appeal there too. A nice place just to collect, a meeting spot of any, right there at that little fire pit. All right, that's Sarah over there in Beaver Creek. Just had to share that view with you right now. We're going to go over to Vail. That's where Brazzo is, and see what he has discovered where he is. And you found coffee. Some movement over where you are, Brazzo. How are things shaping up in your coffee shop?
Everything is slow, man. I got the illusion of the spring, and I didn't bring my hat or my gloves, so it was a little cold, man. I don't have to say. That started warming up around 11 or noon. Like you start feeling that flippy floppy mode, but that's later on. Like today, I kind of made a mistake, to be honest. So I'm hiding and trying to find coffee. My coffee is like your bacon tie, I need it. But you're a coffee lover too, right?
I love coffee, and I'm having some coffee right now, Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. But when Brazzo says flippy floppy weather or season, he's talking about wearing flip-flops like you're at the beach, toes exposed. Is that how you started your morning off this morning to get where you are? You're doing the beach kind of look from the ankles down?
Well, I was in the house. I started sleeping with shorts, man. I cave in really quickly into the sun, Sun comes out. Yesterday we were grilling. We have some beers on the deck, and we throw some wings. So in my mind, I was like, it's going to be fine. No more ski gear to do the early interviews or the early show. But I was a mistake. Still cold, man. Still cold. My ears are going to fall today.
It's funny.
I'm hiding here at Getty's Grind.
It's funny that you had mentioned, because yesterday, again, I was in Arrowhead and I saw people with their flip-flops on, or as Brazzo would say, flippy floppies on. Brazzo is in a coffee shop over at Vail getting warm, giving you a little indicator of how temperatures feel this morning, even for him as a local. Sarah is hanging out by the fire pit in Beaver Creek, still an indicator of how temperatures might feel over there. But for the day, again, we're talking about the mid to upper 40s in areas of the valley, but with some clouds overhead. But if you're looking to get inside for something to do, maybe discover the town of Avon's library. Tricia Swenson's taking us on that tour right now.
We We are in the basement of the Avon Public Library. Did you even know that it's that big? It totally is. And here to tell us more is Tegan Davis, and she's the public relations librarian for Eagle Valley Library District. And I love the Avon Public Library. It's so pretty. Yes. And even down in this lower level, really well lit, great views of the mountain, tons of resources, and you have something special for teachers.
We do. So we have a teacher card. So if you are a teacher within the Valley, you can come in with proof of employment, and that's pre-K all the way up to high schoolers, and even CMC if they want to bring it in. And then they can get a teacher card, and with that card they can check out resources for a little bit longer for classroom use, and there's no fines attached to those resources. Okay. So they can bring it into their students, and they can use it for classroom use, and then hopefully it helps the kids as well as the teachers.
And this is even for homeschooling
as
well?
Yes, homeschoolers as well. So we got some homeschooling parents out there. Please bring in your letter that you showed the district. Come on in, and you can also get your teacher card as well, which might help out with your education at home.
Okay, and let's see some examples.
Oh,
like
okay.
what would a teacher come in here for?
Right, so this is our oversized collection because these books are massive and they don't fit on the shelves. Yeah. So let's say a teacher is doing the Native Americans. Okay. And this is a great coffee table book, but it's something that you're not going to get necessarily online. So just to give students an idea and feel of...
Wow. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, the landscapes. They could check this out, and then the kids can like touch it, and they can look at the photographs, and it's big and it's massive, and it gives you a little bit more perspective, and it kind of immerses you into the experience. So it would just be a good resource to bring in and show the kids what if you are doing a Native American study.
Yeah, because we can get a lot of things on the internet, but sometimes some things you can't. Like this is probably just a book, or like Colorado history and something really in depth. Maybe Glenwood Springs or Glenwood Canyon, and just things that are done, or our history in our own valley.
Yep, especially local history. That's a little bit harder to find online, and some of the resources we have are like typed out. Yeah. You're not going to find that online. And so to come in here and do a deep dive within our Colorado history is where the library is the perfect place for that.
Yeah. And what are the teachers saying now that this is available?
Oh, they're excited. So we do have teachers that use it all the time, and they love it. Again, it just gives them more in-depth resources, and we can help them find things that they need for classroom use. That's not a problem. And so teachers have been the ones that do use this come in and they're like, okay, here's our topic. And we're like, all right. And we start hunting for them to get more books for.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is your library staff is here to help them, when they're like, I don't quite know what to do. They can be like, oh, well, we've got these books and everything. So, yeah, the resources right here. Okay, if we want to find out more, what's the best source?
We have more information on the teacher card online, which is evld.org, or you can always give us a call anytime. Okay. So Avon, Eagle, or Gypsum branches.
Okay. All right. The Eagle Valley Library District, a great source of information for any age.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
All right, you are watching Vail Valley Live, and it's your Sunday Fun Day, also the first day of spring, the 20th of March. That's where we are. Happy birthday to a lot of you born on this day. Many things to look forward to with today as temperatures make their way into the upper 40s, as Brazzo would describe it. Flippy floppy weather. If you're going to wear flip-flops today, toes exposed from the, feet exposed from the ankle down, send those photos to us, especially if your toes look good. If you got a pedicure from anywhere, we'd like to know the location. Give a shout out to who's been looking after you while you're visiting with us. As we look at the start of our morning, though, we're looking at the mid to upper 20s in fields, the lower 20s wind gusts at times for our morning, depending on where you are, especially on the ridges, upwards of 12 miles per hour. Well, there you have it. Mostly cloudy skies throughout today as we hang out in the 40s. In fields with those wind speeds today, the mid to upper 30s. As we look at tomorrow, the next couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, increasing chances for precipitation, snow. There's those potential numbers right there, depending on where it becomes distributed. The mid to lower 30s we're seeing right there. Overnight low temperatures in the teens. But Tuesday, 51% chance of precipitation. As we look at our Wednesday, Thursday, we can see those clouds moving out throughout the day. Temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 30s. Overnight low temperatures, single digits. Thursday, flippy-floppy weather all over again, as Bratzo would describe it, the mid-40s once again. It's going to be a really good one for you while you're here with us. And if you're just making it to the area for spring break and accidentally stumbled upon this show, welcome to Vail Valley Live. We're here every morning, 7:30 a.m. At the bottom of the screen, if you're wondering what that is, those are the names of the trails that are groomed on Vail Mountain. If you've been here before, maybe you've already noticed your favorite name of a run at the bottom down there that you hit every year. And if your favorite run is groomed today, then it's waiting there for you. We'll be right back.
We get out, fire it up, hook big ones. We get out and rip it, and we track them down. So crack a Mountain Dew and get out and do.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. For a limited time, get 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops with your order. Go to omahasteaks.com/TV today. You deserve this.
Masters of Illusion, live in Beaver Creek this March. The greatest magic on television is now live on stage, as seen on the CW. With residencies in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip, a show for the entire family. Be amazed. Masters of Illusion, March 20th in Beaver Creek.
You're watching Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here with you right now. We're going to head out to Bratzo. Big events kicked off yesterday for the weekend. And we're talking the Vail Opry Spring Series, where you can catch live performances and shows not too far from inside, where Bratzo's keeping his toes warm. And so did you and the family, because I know you and the boys get out, did you catch any of yesterday's show, the Vail Opry Spring Series, any performances and shows yesterday? Here's a little bit of the lineup right there. Bratzo, were you able to catch any of the DJing yesterday? You and the family at the Vail Opry Spring Series. Did you and the family make it out for any of that yesterday?
No, man. Tiago has a wrestling tournament, so I was watching kids wrestling all day yesterday, and then have some friends at home doing some wings. But today, that's where it's going to be. You see the stage right there? Yeah, it should be fun, man. I love how they set up the stage. What a beautiful location, too, with a great view. You know, you're right there in the middle of the creek. They put those Japanese type of lamps on top. I thought when they put a tie, I thought that was a bad idea, to be honest. But here we are in almost the end of March, and they're still holding beautifully and strong, which is surprising me. And these guys are working on the ice. Look at that.
You're absolutely right. And every year we always have some kind of concert this time of year, some theme that's going on to kind of match spring. This one is for Opry. But I'm liking how they're utilizing that location. As I share with you what's going on between 3 and 6 today, International Bridge Music Stage, live music from the Delta Sonics, 6 o'clock. Jumbo screen, you can find Teton Gravity Research Films, but I'm liking how they're handling Solaris and International Bridge. Just a really good imagination and a great eye for stage and concerts, that they've moved things a little further down the bridge to utilize that so people can kind of get to that international feel to be on stage on a bridge while checking out what's on stage. The themes, Vail just keeps coming up with it. And yesterday they had DJ Tang. I know DJ Tang. Do you know DJ Tang, longtime local? Everyone's favorite local DJ.
Yeah, I party with his art many times. So I do. It's cool stuff. They normally put the stage here where I'm standing.
Exactly.
They just move it a little bit down. That's very creative. I really love it. And look at the ice skate rink here for the kids to have some fun. I was just right there at Yeti's Grind. Yeah. Friday, I took Michelle to Matsu, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was Michelle's birthday too. She's also a Pisces.
Oh, that's right. I saw your birthday celebration of your wife the other day. Yeah, that's brought to over at Vail and Solaris. Looks like they're getting it prepared for ice skating. You can find ice skating in Beaver Creek as well as ice skating on a bike on the ice in Beaver Creek. That's where Sarah is at Vail. I'm not sure her location. Let's find out. You are by the ice rink. Sarah, have you done the ice biking on there yet?
I have not. So fun. So those rolled out about 2 years ago with the installation of Wonder. So you'll see the frost flowers over on one side of the ice rink in front of the Hooked restaurant, and then another snow globe that looks at Strawberry Park in front of the lift ticket office. And of course, the ice bikes are the most interactive of the art installations. So a couple times a day you can rent those, and they get up some speed. It's basically a retrofitted cruiser bike. So it looks like an old beach cruiser. Really fun, vibrant colors, but they've got a ice plate on the bottom, and you can zip around, chase the family and friends around. So
that's hilarious.
That's a really fun enjoy the rink. And speaking of live music, the rink behind me will transform into really the hub for all things summer. So yoga classes are coming up this summer. We'll have turf on the ice rink, some really comfortable patio furniture. And just behind me, the Market Square area is where the stage will come in for Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. So very exciting. The kickoff festival for the summer, Memorial Day weekend, is back, and some awesome bands lined up.
And we're excited about that. I mean, like we were saying earlier, it's been a strange last couple of years. A lot of events hadn't returned due to, just world events, but we're getting back to normalcy. And with that, some regular kickoff, unofficial summer kickoff events like Blues, Brews, and Barbecue, taking over that ice rink, putting the lawn back down, putting the picnic tables back out there, catching the shows that we all enjoy. And we're excited about that, as well as getting our hands in the sauces of some barbecue sauce. That is Sarah over in Beaver Creek. We'll be checking back in with her. But what did your note say again? We're going to check in with Trisha Swenson as far as what to wear around the valley, especially if you got here. You're probably wondering how we dress around here. Let's find out.
Hey everyone, I'm Trisha Swenson with Vail Valley Live, and we're here in my closet giving you some tips on what to and what not to wear out on the slopes. Let's start with the basics. Base layers. I got 2 words for you. Cotton kills. So, that favorite comfy sweatshirt you lounge around in a home is not going to wick away the moisture. It's going to keep you cold and clammy all day long. You'll want to go with fabrics that'll wick moisture away from your body so you'll stay warm and dry. Try brands like Smartwool, Icebreaker, Helly Hansen, Crimson Clover. Look for something that is antimicrobial too, which means that it takes care of the smell, which also translates into happier noses around you and less time doing laundry. Now that we're in the base layers, next up is your insulating layer. And this will depend on just how warm it is going to be that day. You might want a fleece like this one from Spider with a quarter-neck zip. You may want a sweater from Smartwool, or you may want a fun little decorative piece like this one from Crimson Clover with the little gal on here. Whatever you choose, think about what you're going to be doing that day. If you're going to be just cruising, layer up. If you're doing moguls or skiing really hard, riding really hard, shed a layer. Up next, outer layers, and this is your ski or snowboard jacket, the pants to go with it, and it really depends on what the weather's going to be like that day. On a warmer day, I will probably go with more of a shell. A soft shell will be perfect, like this one from Dynafit, or if it's a little bit cooler, I like insulated pants like this one and a down jacket, and this is from Skea. But if you are wearing down, I'll sometimes combine that with a windstopper layer, because sometimes the down doesn't stop the wind. So this is a good one from Mountain Hardwear with windstopper on it, and probably anything from Gore is going to work too. But we cannot forget about the most important part. This is your feet. You do not need to wear 2 socks. Just 1 pair of thin socks is what works best. There are lots of great brands out there these days, like Smartwool, Fit, Darn Tough, Wigwam, that are thin and made out of moisture-wicking fabric and are antimicrobial. So once again, you won't stink. Gloves or mittens? It's really just personal preference. But whatever you do, I would invest in a good pair of gloves that maybe have some Gore-Tex in them, because you don't realize how much your hands sweat, and that perspiration needs to work its way out of the glove or the mitten. And Gore-Tex does a great job of keeping the elements, maybe the snow, the rain, out, while letting your perspiration escape. And if your hands get really cold, maybe just get a pair of these. These are hand warmers that'll fit in your gloves and mittens. And if you really suffer from cold hands, invest in some heated gloves. Want to stay warm on the really cold days? Here's what you need. A balaclava, not baklava. That's the layered pastry dessert from the Ottoman Empire. You're going to want this. This is part neck gaiter, part hat, and it's thin enough that it fits below the helmet. Now, if you've got your hat that's chunky threads, it's got a palm on it, all that kind of stuff, your helmet is not gonna fit properly. So you wanna make sure that you wear something thin underneath the helmet. And speaking of helmets, this is not a graduation cap, so it doesn't fit back here. You want it to fit right above the eyebrows, and then cinch it up, make sure you're strapped in, ready to go. Now that you have your helmet, you got to think about the goggles. And you want a goggle that's going to fit nice and snug up to the brim of the helmet. You don't want that gaper gap.
Skiing is more dangerous than ever due to crowded slopes and people skiing faster than their abilities allow. Hi, this is Joseph Block, a ski injury attorney at Block & Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and it injures you, you're entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has the responsibility to avoid skiers below.
If you've been injured, you need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. Call Block & Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been doing this for over 30 years and have collected millions of dollars of compensation for injured skiers and snowboarders.
Block & Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you. Your case is our priority.
If you've been injured in an automobile or ski collision, call us today at 970-926-1700 to speak to an attorney, or go to vailjustice.com.
You're probably wondering, what makes these chips taste so good? Here's a hint. It's lime. They taste like lime. Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Masters of Illusion, live in Beaver Creek this March. The greatest magic on television is now live on stage, as seen on the CW. With residencies in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip, a show for the entire family. Be amazed. Masters of Illusion, March 20th in Beaver Creek.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz. Beaver Creek seems to have a little something for everyone going on all the time. You just saw that promo for tonight's show, Masters of Illusion, happening at the Valar in Beaver Creek. That's where Sarah is. And there's two show times this evening, one at 4 o'clock, another one at 7 o'clock. And that could probably match with your day because, well, the lift's closed, the mountain closes for the day at 4 o'clock at Beaver Creek, so maybe the 7 o'clock show could be good for you. And or if you want to catch something while your family are still out enjoying the mountain and or skating just above head, then catch the 4 o'clock show. Check out show times for the Masters of Illusion at Beaver Creek. It is known as the greatest magic on television. Now live on stage at Beaver Creek by visiting valarpac.org. While there, you'll also catch Tuesday's lineup, Madagascar, the musical at the Valar. Yeah, all ages. Beaver Creek just keeps you entertained. But it all begins with how you start your day. And with the weather, that really plays into it as well. As I look outside of the windows here, some sunlight shining on some of the homes in Eagleville, some clouds overhead for sure, where Sarah is in Beaver Creek. High temperatures today, we're looking for the mid-40s as we're looking at it. Starting the morning off temperature-wise in the mid to upper 20s in Fields. to upper teens and low 20s as we're looking at it. 12-mile-per-hour wind gusts at times for the day. Low temperatures tonight will be kind of how the morning started off, but a bit colder or cooler. The lower 20s and feels of the teens tonight, mostly cloudy skies throughout today. Your Sunday fun day, also known as the first day of spring. Yes, that is today, March 20th. In the next few days, keeping those clouds around, but increasing our chances for snow showers by the time Tuesday gets here. 1 to 4 inches possible. Our afternoon totals is what they're sharing for our Tuesday, 51% chance of precipitation. Temperatures in the mid to lower 30s. Overnight low temperatures single digits. Wednesday, Thursday, now we're starting to see a break in the clouds and fog effect where we return to sunshine by the time Thursday gets here. And then as we look at those dates, we're looking at the 24th, and we're just over a week away from wrapping up the month of March, rolling into April, but it's spring break. And that means a really good time at Vail and at Beaver Creek. And Sarah is in Beaver Creek right now. And we're starting to see the crowds out there making their way because the lifts open at 9 o'clock. The energy of spring break and family and just March Sunday Fun Day. What does the energy feel like where you are?
That's right, Ty. The village is really coming to life. People are ready for a beautiful day on the mountain. You can see the sun shining on us. Chair 6 Centennial behind us. People are ready to head up as soon as it starts spinning at 9 o'clock. Already saw a couple of Hawaiian shirts, so people are ready for spring. And it feels like I'm about ready to lose this extra layer and just wear my base layer. It is toasty out here and should be some nice spring turns on the mountain later today.
Sunscreen, have that, hydrate often, bring that, protect your eyes. Sun or clouds, it's always good to protect your eyes while you're out there. Trisha just had a how to dress properly segment on the show just now, all the way to eyewear. So, I mean, that's important too. Helmets and beanies and goggles. And you made some suggestions, which leads everyone to those crazy costumes or that Hawaiian look on the slopes. I love that idea.
Absolutely. All about layers on days like this. It was about 25 when I woke up this morning. Already feels great, like I said, with that sun coming over the ridge. So I usually take a small backpack up with me when I'm skiing. Definitely stay hydrated. The sunglasses to switch out for après so you can peel the layers off as you start to warm up and get those legs going on the moguls. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I think we've got some snow, like you mentioned, on the way later, maybe tomorrow into Tuesday, but it feels absolutely balmy compared to the snow and the chilly conditions we had a couple weeks ago.
Spending some time at Beaver Creek, and we were just talking about the Masters of Illusion, the performance that's happening over at the Valar. Something happening for everyone to enjoy. You can catch a show beneath the ice rink while enjoying other members of the family meeting on top of the ice rink. But a meeting place, really quick, when people maybe not start the day off together on the slopes, but what are some meeting places around Beaver Creek that families might want to consider, at some point in the day while others hit the slopes and not?
Definitely. Well, we're right here in front of the ski school meeting point. Powder 8 right to the side is a great place for opera. They've got live music every day, a nice sunny deck. And then, of course, cookie time is back. So cookie time, 3 o'clock daily. So make sure you get those warm chocolate chip cookies. And it's just a fun way to wrap up your day. And I've got to mention the common consumption area. So this started a couple years ago and is still in place. So while the kids are ice skating or grabbing that warm chocolate chip cookie, running around the village, parents can enjoy a drink in a CCA cup. So walk into any of the participating restaurants and tell them you want your drink to go, and you can walk around, watch the kids skate, do some window shopping, all while enjoying a frosty beverage.
Not going to become separated from your group. No, you won't. Not in Beaver Creek. If they're not with you right now, then they're probably learning their way around Beaver Creek, discovering something cool like chocolate chip cookies, then eventually finding their way to where you are, posting up at those meeting locations. We thank you very much with those common consumption areas over at Vail. That's where Brazzo is. All topics of spring, all topics of après. And Brazzo, you have your sunglasses on right now, so you're picking up some of the sun.
Yeah, we came in. I tried to find some sun. I was complaining about not bringing my hat, but now, as Sarah described, sun is shining and things are getting a lot better. The weather is just changing quickly. I think we increased at least 8 degrees. It's beautiful here. I just wanted to show you the beautiful mountain, the Vail Mountain right behind me, with Pepe's faces. And Trisha was describing the other day how people love to sit down in Los Amigos. That's a great idea for Après too. Get some margaritas going. Après is my happiest time of the day when I go skiing for sure. What a cool environment. People is happy. It's normally live music in a lot of places. and you can really chill, share some stories, laugh about yourself, your successes, and maybe not so much your successes sometimes, depending on your life. You know, we all have those happy moments in the mountain that make up for a good story, and especially when we're having some good time with friends and having maybe a cocktail or hot chocolate with kids, you know. So Vail's beautiful environment. Check the mountain. Today they had first chair, so they were having people lining up early. But you know, now I'm in the top of the transportation center. What an amazing also logistics town of Vail puts on. Buses come in and out, bringing tourists, bringing locals, bringing employees, bringing everybody here to enjoy the Vail and make it accessible and convenient.
Speaking of convenience, it's very easy to do. Thank you very much, Brazzo. To get around Vail, the in-town buses are free, as well as the in-town town buses to get you to East Vail, West Vail. Consider those options instead of driving, especially with spring break and op-braid, the beer and the barbecue, and everything that we're mentioning, all the way to live music. You don't have to worry about parking yourself. The town of buses run, town of Vail buses and in-town route run until 2 a.m. And Los Amigos, they need bartenders as far as those locations are concerned. Great spot for your margaritas, as Brazzo has mentioned as well, right against the slopes. You're watching Vail Valley Live. We'll be right back.
Xterra, apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com today. Enter the promo code CHECK20 at checkout for an extra 20% off regularly priced merchandise. Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Do you want locally grown mushrooms, microgreens, organic herbs, fruits, vegetables, honey, recipes, and more? Sign up for Nap Ranch's CSA boxes now. Feel good about supporting local farmers while nourishing your family. Go to napgardencenter.com and click CSA to sign up today.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
All right, we're almost wrapping up the show here. A reminder that both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain, as far as the chairlifts are concerned, closing at the end of the day. Both mountains now 4 o'clock, but still beginning the same as the season. 9 o'clock over at Beaver Creek Open. 8:30 at Vail Open, Beaver Creek. That's where Sarah is right now. Starting to see some activity, Sarah, all around you, and not so urgent, but people are maybe wanting to enjoy how warm the day is going to be. They could last longer by starting out earlier. That's what it looks like to me, and maybe with class lessons from what I'm seeing from behind you.
That's right. I'm right in front of Chair 6, the Centennial Gondola. People are just starting to get in line for a 9 o'clock bell. Should be a beautiful day up here. I'm looking forward to enjoying some laps after we wrap up the show. So excited to hear where everyone's watching the show today from. I know we have people visiting from Texas, from California for spring break. So let us know when you're watching. And if you're up on the hill, give me a shout today. I'll be in my bright green jacket, my bright orange ski pants. So say hello and let us know if you saw the show this morning.
spring conditions, that's what you'll find out on the slopes. And again, if you're making your way to the slopes, thank you very much, Sarah. Be sure to kind of choose wisely the locations. Go to Beaver Creek's app, get the trail map over there, find the groomers of the day and or what's groomed today, and enjoy yourself out there in the sun. But go slow, because everyone else are here for the same experience, vacation, spring break, and certainly take advantage of outdoor seating and the views while you're out there. Take lots of pictures. Those are the things that you hold on to remember with one another. Brazzo's over at Vail. I know his family takes a lot of pictures, and your wife just had a birthday. Spring break over at Vail, concerts and shows. You're inside of the transportation center. That's where a lot of people begin their day, getting to Vail, right inside of that building. And this is a tiny arcade, not too far from you, right there.
Yeah, we have the arcade, Ty, and as you know, very convenient. Great job from Town of Vail and Ecobuses, Ecotransit. You have your boards with all the information, and for the locals of heart, plus you also have La Cantina for that one more before the road.
That's an international hub in a sense, and a transportation hub right there where Brazzo is, the Vail Transportation Center. You'll find Bustang pulls into there, bringing people to the Front Range to hit skiing and boarding for the day, making its way all the way to Glenwood Springs and back. Low price to do so. That's also a long time, for over almost 50 years, where Greyhound pulls through there, as well as getting in and out of there. Your Epic Mountain Express, your shuttle that gets you in and out of the airport, and the town buses pull you through there. These are all the hot spots, and that transportation center is open year-round. La Cantina is downstairs. That's where Brazzo is. And so, yeah, thank you very much. A lot to learn about the Valley while you're here, and to remember every year that you return and every season that you return. But you can also find that detail by tuning in with us every morning at 7:30 a.m. on Outside Television 17, as well as Vail Valley Live on Facebook and on YouTube. And we'll do it all again tomorrow. But now it's your turn to get out there and experience the day, but share it with us. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.